of getting Mickeys and also capable of topping great events, but just don't do it for a living. So I agree with you. And yeah, in general, I think we have an amazing community with a lot of really great players. It's just a matter of what you consider to be like, what is a
Hmm.
pro? What do you think is a Lorcana pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your definition was very good though.
For sure, for sure. And I mean that's something that you could probably have a 2 hour podcast on just that topic alone of what this, because it can get to semantics and you can bust out the thesaurus and the definition or
Yeah,
dictionary
yeah, for
and
sure, for
really
sure.
and really kind of nickel and dime it. But I think that is are they making these players put new sleeves on? Is this a coordinated effort or what's happening here with these sleeves? It's just because this is the second time that this has happened, and that is
Are we
just
re-sleeving, dude? I hear them laughing out there. What's going on out there? We re-sleeving?
is that
No.
because are these sleeves matching these mats? That's the second time that has happened, and I think that is just serendipitous. Okay, once coincidence, and two is a plot. Okay, this conspiracy. One is coincidence, two is a conspiracy. I don't know. It looks cool though. I like it a lot. As we got the
For
Southside
sure.
gaming mat, beautiful mattified mat there. As we are
Yeah,
in
modified
the
it. He
finals.
killed it on that one. Absolutely killed it. Yeah, it's very clean, very simple, but really pops and really looks nice. I love it. All
Hmm.
right, so we're laughing it up. It's all fun and games, but we're getting ready for battle, guys.
I'm
Mike
so ready
Senior
for it.
has not dropped a set today, guys.
Woo! Let's go.
Justin, as on fire as he is, did lose a set, right? So, not taking anything away from him, he's in the finals. But to be noted, Mike Sr. has not dropped a single set today. So, will this be the first set he drops, or will he go undefeated the whole day? What will it be? What will it be?
Hmm.
We're going to find out. It's going to be interesting. And I'm curious who's paired or who's a higher seed here. I think Mike Sr. might be the higher seed. I didn't look
Yeah,
at the.
I think Mike just because of that no loss situation, I think that would put
Yeah.
him a bit over the top as a higher seed. So I would assume he would be going first, unless I don't know, man. Challenge or melee can just get really weird sometimes.
Yeah,
I'd be.
no, no. You're right. It should definitely be Mike Senior. I was almost positive he was, but I just wasn't 100% certain. But yeah, that,
Hmm.
that would make sense, and that's a big deal, right? Because Justin, although we did see him win on the draw, we definitely would rather have him on the play if he wants to, boost his chances here. But we're gonna find out. Mike Senior gonna have to deal with some coggy boys and
Mm.
some
And
Alice's.
Alice get a complete little warded board over here, and Chi and Po one man. What is your take on the one gorilla versus 100 men? What's your thoughts on that?
Don't get me started. I think the gorilla's taking it, but I have seen some pretty convincing arguments for the
Mm.
humans, about fatigue and like strategy and rotation and things like that. Like people have really done a deep dive here. But I think somebody did bring up a really interesting fact about fatigue. Like the first 50 people are getting bodied probably, but then after that,
I don't.
the
I don't
ape
think the
is gonna.
gorilla's gonna get tired.
You don't think the gorilla is gonna gas at
No,
all?
no,
Dude,
no
you think he'll
chance.
body 50 people and just be
Because
just
like he
chilling?
picks do you know how strong a gorilla is and how weak a human is? I
Yeah,
think it would be like me picking up this can and crushing it. I could do that all
you
day.
can,
It
you
cost me nothing.
can.
It would be
All
nothing.
right. Again, I'm team gorilla, but like I said, I have heard some decently convincing arguments for humans,
Okay,
but
okay.
I'm still somebody showed a gorilla skull next to a human skull, and he's like, dude, this guy would headbutt your head, literally crush your head off your body with the headbutt. So yeah,
I guess it would
it's
depend on like the how mad the gorilla was. Like if he's
sure.
very pissed, like if he's raging out and the humans are like in a confined area, it's GG's, man. There's no
And it
re.
also depends on what kind of humans, right? Are we talking 100 JDZs? Are we talking 100 mics? Are we talking,
Yeah.
100 regular dudes? Are we talking like, swole
Put put
daddies
put
and
me
like
in put me in it 1v1 versus gorilla. You better help the gorilla, okay? Because I'm
what?
taking him down.
You are the gorilla. You're
I'm
taking
taking him down,
everybody
dude.
out.
I'm the danger. He's in here with me. I'm not in here with him, dude. No, I'm kidding.
So
I'm running,
Zero
bro.
says wherever I go, I can't avoid this 100 men versus a gorilla argument. It's
Oh my bad.
everywhere.
It's done. It's done. We're off it. We're off. I just want to hear it, man. Hear from you guys. A one man versus a 100 men versus a gorilla. How did that even come up? Yeah, I love
Some
the
people even
internet.
simulated it. I mean, I've seen a bunch of like what ifs. My buddy's always texting me that kind of stuff. My buddy, for the record, doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs. He just has weird thoughts, and he's always
Hmm.
like, "Hey, man, which Naruto character would win in a fight?" He'll like send me like a bunch of. I'm just like, dude, this is the stuff that you're thinking about on your free time. Like, what would happen in this situational imaginary world? Who would win? And it does make for some of the best conversations.
For
So
sure.
I
Those
can't
are
blame
always
him
the best. I
for
agree.
sure.
I agree.
for
As
sure.
it looks like you're gonna ink the Robin Hood, bring out the Daisy Duck on one. And if I'm Jax, I'm like, dude, quest this Daisy. I don't care. Continue to fuel my operation. I don't mind. As we will go ahead and reveal the Mulan who can kick out the Alice. Interesting throw the Alice there.
For sure. Yeah, the Alice is I guess he's just content with he has more than one in hand. It
Hmm.
looks like he's got three in hand. He had three in hand. So he's definitely
Ooh,
content with getting rid of an uninkable here. I think that's the biggest thing here. So
for
yeah, it does
sure.
look kind of unfortunate to toss the Alice, but we've got two more. Oh, our boy's
Speaking of
back.
the
Our
gorilla's
boy, there's the gorilla himself,
and you draw
Mr.
the straight
Shen
right
Po.
after.
100 men versus Chen Po. Who's winning, dude? I think it's
I'm
Chen Po,
I'm
dude.
putting the money on
Oh, he's
Champo
inning
as
inked. He's
he's
getting
gonna
inked.
find himself down into the inkwell as the Calgoon is gonna be up to kind of freeze lock this board a little bit. We are going into this third ink turn as this Troubadour is gonna be able to blast off this Mulan here.
Mhm.
So maybe Jax might just send this Mulan in now and try to get some damage in before you can get it blasted with this strength as the singer's established. He won't do it. You know he thought about it.
He did. He definitely thought about it. And somebody else gave me a very interesting question in the chat. They said, "Better question: 100 daisies versus JDZ. Who would win?" I think Jay-Z could body at least 200 daisies. To be honest,
Dude,
I don't think it's even close.
I think I love Daisy Duck, but if we ever were able to get into the octagon, I'm putting everything I got to just finish Daisy as quick and expertly as I possibly could. I cannot
100
stand
daisies,
Daisy
though.
Duck. If
100 daisies.
if I was there, I'd snatch that bear right out of her hand and I'd kick her right into her kidney, dude. I'd chop her right in the back of the neck and I'd be eating foie gras, dude, before this thing is over. I'd have her spit
Yeah,
roasted and just sitting out there frying in the
TKO.
frying pan. I can't stand Daisy Duck. I hate that card so much.
Yeah, the card is pretty obnoxious to sit across from, but Justin's been seeing a lot of it today and seems to be doing all right. So hopefully he could find himself a little piece of an answer here, as he did lose his secondary attacker, which I'm sure he was hoping to hang on to that Mulan so that he can
Mhm.
attack with the Calhoun and the Mulan. However, we didn't work out like that. So now, are we going to run out this Alice here, or are we picking maybe a Pete? What is the plan
Think
here?
you could potentially go into this Pete just to try to ward yourself off from this strength play coming in because you need this Calhoun to stick around for a little bit longer. Calhoun has not had an opportunity to really do anything just yet. So I would love to see maybe Pete come down and that way you can get loose and active onto this Daisy next turn and
I
get
think he's
some
got
value out of your Calhoun before she perishes into the shadow realm, probably in this next turn. But maybe you're trying to save your Pete until a potential whole new world turn. Never mind, Pete's coming out.
Okay. So yeah, as we were saying there, Pete is coming down to try to just hold the fort down. We don't want any crazy songs from the Troubadour. That guy, that let me tell you, man, that turtle, that guy's been the bane of my existence. The whole Eversteel deck in general is the bane of my existence. To be honest, like it's my number one like most rage bait deck. Like I just I just hate
Yes.
playing
The whole
against.
thing. The whole
Every
thing.
the whole thing is just
Mhm.
it's just cracked beyond belief. But yeah, so
And
we're gonna get in here for five, guys. Five lore is quite big.
oh, and you whiff as I'm tilting there, as you play a ton of
Oh,
characters in this deck, and you just happen to hit one of the non-characters, Daisy Duck. Every time I just wanna punch somebody, dude. I get so violent with the Daisy Ducks. But I don't like you. I'm like you, and I cannot stand Ruby Sapphire, but I love when Ruby Sapphire was just dunking on Amber Steel. Couldn't get
oh,
enough.
Amber Steel, man. Just something about playing 8 cards for free and then still having all your ink available is just
Mm.
just
That seems fair.
just really gets tickles my jimmies or whatever you want to call
That
it.
sounds so fair.
It
We
just
love that. We love that for us.
what's up, Gabe? Welcome back, dude.
Welcome, friend. Sorry, I was out there talking to my buddy Tanawin.
Oh,
Oh,
how
I've
did Tanawin do? Well, I
awesome.
know how he did, but
Yeah,
like,
we know how he did.
yeah,
Just I made him show me the deck so that I could rebuild it. That's what I
nice.
did.
I think
Gabe,
it's
you have
both.
access to the deck list. You could just rip it out of the
Yeah,
drive
but
there.
I also have Tanawin right there, and he can tell me what I would do wrong. And so it was perfect. It was awesome.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was
That's
great.
awesome. That's awesome.
But
Well,
yeah,
welcome, Gabe. We're
thank
talking
you.
about punching Daisy in the throat.
Wow. Okay,
Um,
I'm gonna go ahead and leave on that note. Things are getting weird.
Yeah, we were talking about how many daisies could JDZ fight. This you could tell us the finals because
Yeah.
we're having
Is it
whenever we're having like obscure like deranged conversations. Usually it's the finals of an
is
SSG
we
event
talking one Daisy versus 100 JDZs? Is that what we're talking?
that we're
Oh,
saying.
100 JDZs. We're taking so many daisies, dude. It's gonna be no problem.
100 JDZs is that's unstoppable for. That's like the Avengers, dude. There's no way
As
we
you
ain't
are
stopping
gonna
it. We ain't
float some
stopping it.
damage here. Thoughts on there? You're floating damage into this daisy, and with Rapunzel coming active, you're just
Oof.
gonna set it up. Interesting indeed. Interesting indeed. And you are immediately
Mm,
You're
followed up with
punished.
the punishment there.
Go to your room. Go to
I
your room
guess
for what you
you're
just did.
grounded.
You're
uh,
grounded. And for that, I'm gonna draw 3 cards.
I guess you had to do it though, because the Rapunzel trap was already set with this Pete, and you just had to force him to have it. I guess you could have kept but Pete already exerted himself just to sing that song. So we've been getting some maximum Rapunzel value into the freaking zoo. So Calhoun really didn't get a chance to gain any lore or do anything. Hate to
Nope.
see it for Jack Shadow.
That is, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, seeing this current board state, I mean, it still seems pretty. It still seems like we're in a pretty stable spot here. They're both kind of trying to figure out where they're at.
Hmm.
Okay,
Oh,
that's a big one. So we'll
Another.
take that happily as we take another Pete to hand, which could potentially be problematic in a little bit. But right now we're at 13, guys.
Hmm.
We are at 13.
As
In case you missed it.
as we're continuing to ink, and you put another, so you got 2 more. How much are you threatening here? It's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's GG's on board. You have to start clearing here, and you have the ability to do so. Fire the cannons would have been great yesterday, says
Yep.
Jack Shadows, as he has that one cost 2 damage
Still
card
good.
in
You can
hand.
still use it to hit a SME here. I think it's fine value. But the thing is, what do you do with the rest of your ink here, right? It's gonna be interesting to see if he's able to not only clear stuff, but also add to the board. Okay, Chempo hitting the inkwell. That's 2 Chempos in the inkwell. It's not where we want to
Hmm.
see him, but okay. Got a Pete, no actions.
And you can start firing off this fire the cannon, and then you
Hmm.
can start doing some board activity, potentially clearing something or questing. No, you're going to clear the daisy, and
Hmm.
then you can't even take out this troubadour, as Smee is just going to be looking silly. Quest for 2, going up to 2, leaving those 3 lore still in play, going up to
Wow.
16 potentially.
Yeah, and it's a risky move here. I mean,
yeah,
obviously, if this Rapunzel does decide to cash in and get another Rapunzel,
It
which you
will.
can see is in his hand,
Oof.
so that's troublesome. But we'll see what else he's able to do here with his turn.
yeah. I mean,
Brutal.
there's a point in this matchup that there's like a handful of cards that come down. One card that comes down that just completely changes the complexity of this for Jack, and we got to think about what's out there, right? So that things that Mike doesn't want to see. Likely, Cogsworth is probably something we doesn't want to see. So we're considering where we're at when it comes to this. We see that Rapunzel taking some pot shots here, challenging things,
Mm.
Hmm.
because as we know, Rapunzel versus Rapunzel on Rapunzel action gives us 3 more cards.
Yep. Last time we saw Rapunzel, she drew 12 cards in a game. So
Yeah.
No way.
yeah, we
Yeah.
saw 4 Rapunzels chain into each other. So let's see
And that
if
and that Bivens match, that was repulsive. And let's see if we can break the
that was
record
close.
here.
That
Yeah.
was disgusting.
So Mike Senior's well on his way. He's too deep here, and handful of cards. We see Ariel, a couple whole new worlds. So yeah, I mean, still chilling at 13 lore, potentially 14 lore here.
Yeah, we're
But
singing
okay, we're
songs.
singing. Oh
Oh,
nope, no
gotcha.
song.
Good reminder.
So he
Okay.
just quest there. We'll give him the Mickey Mouse hand so he knows.
Yep. Yep.
So we're questing instead? Oh no, we're not questing. Okay, he says never mind.
Sucks.
JK,
I'll
bro.
take it back.
Mike Senior said JK. JK. Just
Psych.
kidding.
And we'll just continue to keep adding threats into the field of play. This is lethal damage again. Exacxes on the board as we pass back on over. We got the Pete. You got to do some heavy lifting already, and Jack Shadows is running out of resources. Double full value Rapunzel, almost impossible to beat. You have these Allison chains sitting in hand all day, along with the Smee. I think you just
Hmm.
might have to punt this one over and get
Yeah.
another game in. You can clear
Yeah.
though. I think you can fight here. It's not completely over, but it's looking pretty over.
Last time we got into the situation, Justin played a Chempo and turned everything sideways and somehow won the game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I don't think we're in that position here. I think that he's playing defense right now, and as I know, this deck doesn't play great defense. I mean, he is definitely building up a
Ooh.
giant board here. So if he's not able to win the game here, Justin will close the door. But right now, he is trading in, so he's happy to go ahead and just okay, I like it. We're going to 5.
Yeah. Yeah. We're moving in the direction. We're moving the needle in the right direction here when it comes
Hmm.
to the lore. But I mean, take a look at the board state for Mike Senior. Right. We've got that Rapunzel. We've got that Troubadour. I mean, is this the
Yep.
time to turn the Jets on? Is
You can
that
go
where
to
we're at?
19 here, right, guys?
Yeah.
Is that a
I'm
SME in play as well?
I'm questing, dude. I'm running this race as we are going to send the Rapunzel out here looking for another song. You do find a second Zeus. I'm still just questing all glimmers and hoping for the best here. If I'm Mike Senior, just getting loose, getting active, going up to 19 and just say, deal with me, baby, and see if that's what you want to do.
Deal with me, baby.
Let's do
That's
it,
what I say.
baby.
That's what I say to my opponent and see what they do. They
Yeah.
probably jump up and slap me, dude. And I deserve
Deal
it.
with it, baby.
If you jump up to your opponent and say, deal with it, baby, deal with me, baby, you deserve to get slapped, especially with somebody you don't really know like that.
You might catch hands in the parking lot for sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like an automatic. Like the cops give you an automatic pass. So they're like, wait, what did your opponent say? No, forget. You're good.
Yeah, you good. Yeah,
You're
release.
good.
Release on all
You
charge. Matter of
just
fact,
go
we're
home.
taking this guy to jail. Get him out of
We're
here.
singing. Oh, we're singing
Just go
again.
home.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So you're really just trying to stomp
Interesting.
out here instead of just running that race. You're saying I'm gonna keep playing the slow
He'll
game and
take
try to
the-
control this board a little bit and
Yeah, he just
ensure
wants
you
to make
can't fight
sure
me back.
that Justin can't just suddenly just run past him in the race here. So
Yeah, and Alice is good for that. Like if there's a deck combination to be worried about that, it's probably one that's sitting with an Alice. So I don't fully blame him for doing that. But ultimately,
Mike Senior.
the local hero, Illuminati's daddy, as everybody's been saying, Mike
And-
Senior.
And
Yeah.
Justin's hand to
Yeah.
start there. I don't know if you guys saw Justin's hand to start this thing off with. It was quite abysmal. You know, it did not line up. He didn't get that power curve. He had to ink some of his top end cards. That Cogsworth went down early. We saw 2 Chin Pos going early. And it was just very, very awkward situation there for Jaxshadows to start this thing off, especially on the draw. Mike Senior came out hitting full throttle, doing exactly what you want to do. And you get double full value Rapunzel, you're probably winning a lot of those games, at least in my experience.
Yes, Wonder,
Yeah.
that was game 1. We are going into game numero 2.
That's right.
But Justin will be on the play here. Gonna try to crack back. Senior was on the play. Wonderland Senior has been he's been the top seed and well, not in the whole tournament, but in this event, in this game.
He hasn't lost. Like you said, he has not lost a match all day long. He's been rocking and rolling. The heart of the cards has been with him, and he's been playing lights out, man. The deck is moving and grooving as well. So I like to see it. And let's see if Jaxshadows can break serve here and then put one back in the win column, or will Mike Senior save my kneecaps? Let's stay tuned to find out if I hit this parlay, as those whole new worlds are coming in.
I'm sorry. Did I miss a parlay where there's violence being wished upon JDZ? What did I miss?
There's always violence when it comes to a parlay, dude.
Yeah, I'm in. Gabe, I'm in over my head. Okay, I'm in over my head to the Tillamook mob over here, and they said if I gotta win this. I'm in too deep, man. I'm over my head, and I need this parlay to hit. So I need Mike to finish the deal, man, because that was my last leg is coming true.
Yeah, shout out to Wink in the chat. Wink, who said I would never say his name. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna acknowledge Wink. How you doing, buddy? I miss you. Long time no see.
That's a big mistake.
Nuggets
crushed the Clippers. Oh, that's a good feeling. I like that. Wonderland lost in the finals. I don't like that. I'm sorry to hear that, Wonder. But I hope you had a great set, champs. I'm sorry you didn't get your mat, but we still love you anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Hey, Luke, did you play that deck that you posted? What was the final version? Can you post the deck that you played? Because I might just play what you played. Because I was supposed to play what R&B played, but R&B didn't play what said he was going to play. So
I thought you were going to play Blurple Jafar items with Croquet Mallet. What happened?
After that, if he would have kept it going, but shout out to Hayes, he started off strong. Wheels fell off, dude.
If you guys were not here earlier, definitely go back and watch the VOD later. Incredible game. It was Zan versus Mikey. Mikey playing blue-purple items with Jafar and Croquet Mallet, all right?
And it popped all the way off.
So just go back and watch that if you haven't. Unfortunately, Mikey did go 3-3. He went 3-0 and then just fell off the wagon, but absolutely incredible games to watch today. It was just a phenomenal showing.
Yeah,
hold up, Luke. You're not supposed to share it in chat. My ops might be out here watching, dude. They're gonna be sniping me, man.
I'm clicking the link. I don't care.
I'm already sleeping it up.
I'm clicking. Yeah, it's sleeved, brother. We're sleeved. We got you, Luke. Dang, we got you.
My ops might be out here, Luke. Dang.
That's too bad. That's your problem, JDZ. This is my deck now.
Okay,
that's your problem, bro.
Oh, Luke's on the Hoffman challenge. I can't play this deck, man. I'm not good enough to play this deck. Luke, I can't do this, man.
He's running
the Hoffman challenge. Okay, it looks cool.
He said, "Wait till they see the list."
Yeah, Luke's running like 50 cards, 51 ofs.
Yeah, we're not playing EDH here, dude. Get that out of here, bro.
Luke is on the Hoffman challenge. Okay, shout out to LD, shout out to the Hoffman challenge, and he issued that. I think that's a really cool thing, and hopefully more people participate in that. As we are hitting a very optimal curve this time, as we got the Mickey into the Smee, into the Alice, into the vibrational harmonic resonance, and we will banish the Daisy Duck here. Smee takes 2 damage quickly. Alice should be a captain.
And shout out to LD in the chat. What's up, buddy?
LD. What's
Whoa.
up, brother?
Yo, LD out here. We were just talking about LD, man, in the hot pick challenge. I think that's
Say
really,
his
really
name
neat.
and he appears.
Let's go.
Say his name and he appears.
But I'm not talented enough to play that deck, Luke. I gotta get my weight up, dude. That's a DLC champion type deck. I need to get something a little more regular. I'm not ready for that.
Folks, Luke said it here first. Swords is real. Luke just said it. Swords is real.
Mhm.
Swords are real. We saw
Swords
it
is
today.
real.
Swords has been a card. We saw it today, dude. Where have you been?
I've been saying it the whole
Where you
time.
been, dude?
I've been saying it the whole time.
It's
It
a
was
card.
popping off.
All right. And speaking of real, Alice is real right now, just doing the things, and we are going just 4 characters wide here on Justin's side here. It is crazy to see how quick the control is being lost here. Can Mike Sr. reclaim some control, or is this too far gone?
And Mike
Yeah,
Senior
it's-
with these bundled up whole new worlds again for like the 19th jillion time in a row. And Captain John Silver, he looks like he's got a frying pan and an axe in his hand, but he's still a captain. Okay, so respect his
Mhm.
authority as he protects his Smee
Ah,
from
that's
being
right.
banished.
for sure. Yeah, and like you said, Mike Senior needs to do a little bit of a shuffle on his deck a little bit because he just continues to draw these clump whole new worlds together. They're like stuck together in the deck.
Yeah.
But it's
And-
going to be
and it's-
interesting. It's
His
tough.
hand is super
Justin Corky,
uninkable
like,
too. Look at that thing. It's uninkability over there. As you
Yeah.
are just going to hard blast it. I hate that for you. I hate that that's your reality of what you needed to do to continue this game. Parlay is slipping away. Don't know. Not like
we
this.
said this last time he whole new world it, and he ended up winning, dude. So just woo-saw, woo-saw. We got a whole nother game after this if we go to game 3.
Okay.
I believe,
right.
dude. I believe.
All right, if you guys don't see me, man, it's been real. Okay, I need to go to. No, I'm kidding. I need to stop joking before people think I'm serious. I do not
JDC,
gamble.
blink twice. Blink twice if you need help, bro. Blink twice.
We can't see you, but all right. Well, Justin's going to continue to just go wide here as Mike Senior tries to match and just play some dudes out. Try to stop the bodies here, but it's looking like Justin.
We got the
Right.
Coggy boy. Is that time? Is it Cogsworth time? You might have to just get this Cogsworth up and
Oh,
just
let's
get
go.
loose. I think it might be time to play the boy. I don't know if
It is
Jax
time.
is going to agree. You could go Pete here, flood the board into a Pete, and then Cogsworth next turn into a Chien Po. I think that's a vibe as well. Just put a bunch of lore into the moment, into the energy, and Chien Po is out in bodyguard mode.
Oh, Chien Po is here. Just the biggest boy that could ever be. As we see, just at this point, under the protection of Chien Po, you can do just about anything you want, and that includes turning everybody sideways.
Yeah, I think this might be blouses here for Senior because this Chempo is just going to be impossible
to get through with
impossible.
Yeah.
We already talked about
Holy.
this. Chempo versus 100 men, dude. It's not
Yeah, no.
not even close.
Look
No.
at his body. I mean, I just realized that the Chien Po picture has legs on it because they're so small. I've looked at Chien Po so many times, and I always thought that his legs were off the picture, but his legs are completely visible. They're just
His
really
legs
small.
are on fire, dude. He's
They
just
are
So
flaming,
Yeah.
flaming kicks.
literally on fire. Literally on fire.
This guy's just an Elden Ring boss. He's just insane.
just crushing people, dude. And the world's greatest criminal mind just staring back at you. Can't even do anything with it because he has that tactical 4. You hate to see it as you have to put that thing into the inkwell very reluctantly. Chien Po, too strong.
Too strong, but not strong enough at the same time. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's perfect actually. I take it all back. It's all perfect.
Yeah.
He's got that Goldilocks belt, the Earth type level strength. Not too bad. Never mind. I've been watching a lot of space stuff. You have to excuse me. I do apologize for that.
Okay, space stuff is cool. I love space,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
This is sick.
We're looking at the top 4 for the aerial and saying that we failed to find something.
The Referino
We failed. No, we failed to find. What are you talking about?
failed to find.
Yeah, we failed to find it. Like, listen, I got all the songs in my hand, and I don't want the ones that I see here, so I'm gonna put them back.
And I guess you could just blast this whole new world again if you're feeling really loose. You will lose that Coggy boy again, but you're not really putting the energy into this board. You might have to send it though. I mean, if that's what you want to do, you're at 2 lore. And this thing is getting away from me as another 2-piece chicken. Making it 4, 5, 6 pieces coming your way next turn as it currently stands.
Yeah, Justin at 13 is just a little too far out of reach, I think, here for Senior to try to turn this around. I mean, he's definitely not completely out of it yet, but is giving him 7 new cards really going to make a difference here?
Yeah, this is giving something, all right. It's
even if we draw songs, like what are we going to do with our songs? Like we can't Can't hit the Alice. Potentially can't hit the Chempo after this turn again.
You know what does get to the Alice? Chain. Grab your sword.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore. Not any freaking more with this resist Mickey up here. And you get quest. Oh my goodness.
Let's just go
Alice
to game
into the
3.
Chien Po +2 quest ward broken.
Yikes.
Big quest. And we're out of here.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, folks.
I respect Mike for even writing his characters here because this is
I'm gone.
over.
Like,
over.
I wouldn't even waste time drawing that Cindy just to be pissed. Just get it out of here. Let's just get it out of here.
Why are you gonna give yourself that heartburn, bro?
He's like, let me shift and then scoop him up.
It's
rough.
I'm gone, dude. You never give up, never surrender.
This deck on the play is just monstrous. I mean, it just curves out, slams a bodyguard, and then what can you do?
Do something.
Yeah, exactly that.
And we're still going for it.
Oh my god, we're still playing this game.
I mean, they got all the time in the world, so why not? Let's do it.
He's like, let me see the rest of your deck here.
Oh, you're about to be mad, Mike Senior. You're about to be upset with yourself. You're gonna say, man, why can't I get this before?
For sure, you are absolutely finished here, and there's really, let's just send the whole squad into this Chien Po. You need everybody.
Yeah,
you got to go straight up Thanos Avengers Endgame into this Chien Po, dude.
On Ariel's left, though. We're on Ariel's left.
All the portals are opening up. All the characters are popping in to try to stop Chempo. He's too strong, dude. He's got the gauntlet,
buff, man, and he's gonna take everybody out except for this Robin Hood in the process. So you're about to lose your whole board.
One Chempo versus 100 glimmers, bro.
He's got ward. Let's put it back.
He's got ward, brother. Why are we in the? And he's like, oh yeah, well I scooped then. Yeah, like yeah. Scoop it. Once he realized it had ward, he was like, oh wait.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, you cut it out.
Mike's response was, why didn't you tell me before? And of course, Jack's like, bro, it's on the card. What are you doing? Let's do this. It's on the card, bro.
Hector's saying, let him enjoy his finals appearance. I'm not hating, bro. I've been the biggest Mike Senior stan all day, all right? So don't come in here with your negativity, all right? All right, Hector.
I'm a stan too, but I have a very Mike Senior might be slightly older than I am, okay? Just a little bit. And I'm telling you, my mental faculties are starting to slip. I wonder what kind of regimen he's on. Maybe he's on some ginkgoba, some fish oil, some type of mental clarity pills. I don't know what he's taking, but at this point in the day, my mental faculties would have completely lost me. And I'm not about to burn precious reserves of brain mass to play a lost game. I'm getting out of there. I'm scooping way earlier than there.
Well, if he wins this, maybe you can have him on your show and ask him exactly what his regimen is.
I would like to know.
Mental focus here.
Yeah. It's got to be some. It's got to be some magnesium. I bet there's some magnesium, some ginkgoba, fish oil, a lot of walks, water, maybe some soda water. I don't know.
There's probably some tea from a street pharmacist too. Maybe we do come to the same spot to play card games. To be fair,
let me tell you, the tea made me feel worse, dude. I don't know what you put in that tea, but
your throat felt better, right?
No.
Hey, yo.
It doesn't feel any different. But thank you. I think it was just a placebo effect. Like, this will make your throat feel great. It's just water with
some
earth in it.
Earth water.
Just some dirt that they found out in the yard.
Right, listen, if placebos are good, all right, placebos help. Just do it. And Corey, thank you for shout out. We need to get JDZ a legal permit for penguin eating at some point. We got to figure out.
We're not going down that road again, guys. I'm giving you the Pete stop on that one.
Right?
No, I'm putting out the hands, blowing the whistle. We're not getting into eating it. How
about this? How about this? A small penguin cheese dip. Or a whole tub of those red eggs that Gabe has.
No, I'll take the dip all day. Give me 2 dips. I'll take 2 dips before I eat those
small cracker of penguin cheese dip, marinade by or cooked by one of the world class chefs.
If Senior wins this, I will eat a red egg.
Let's go,
Senior! Let's go.
My parlay, and I
will eat
Gabe.
the red egg on stream. On stream, I'll eat the red egg, dude.
Let's do it. Yes, we all for the love of the egg.
I might vomit right after, but I will eat the red egg for Senior.
For the love of the egg.
Ooh,
we love it.
Pickled eggs are delicious, guys. All you pickled. All right, how do I ban people in this chat?
Where's the moderator button?
How do I ban everybody that says pickled eggs are delicious?
No, you ban them. I'm going to turn them into moderators. Okay, that's the opposite.
Dude,
what they deserve.
It says in big letters, red 40 on the bottle. Give me just regular eggs. I don't need red 40 in my eggs, dude. What are you doing?
They put the red 40 in there for no reason. It doesn't need to be red. Like what?
Literally no reason at all, just to make him red.
It can be clear, and it's fine to be clear.
Weird,
Why does it
dude.
need to be red?
Weird,
Just-
dude.
That's
It's
insane.
unnecessary.
Luke, you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong.
Unnecessary.
For no reason. But it's all good. As Cindy, I love how you ended up skipping that turn 1 as Calhoun is going to get a card. We'll get a little bit of resist 1 there.
Proving the goon status is large and in charge right here.
Look at that hand. Oh man, that thing, talk about uninkable. My parlay is falling apart. Come on, Mike Singer, shuffle that deck, please. Oh my god.
Dude, it doesn't shuffle, dude. We need to get him an auto shuffler for sure.
Are first edition cards weighted heavier than other cards?
I don't know, man, but he hasn't drawn an inkable card for years. Please shuffle your deck, man. Come on, Mike. Come on, baby.
Come on. We want
senior lock in,
we
dude.
want to see a competitive game, and we can't if there's no ink.
Oh, he's hand to mouth in this ink though, so he's going to be able to put the Robin Hood in, and he's going to be able to hard cast his Zeus on whatever Jaxshadows can play, unless we get a Pete here on 3.
Is that a Naveen he has in hand? Is that what he's playing? I can't tell what that third card is. Naveen would be amazing. I don't know if he's playing
sick. But I think Naveen is still. Oh my god!
Are you kidding me? We are bricked right now, bro. We are so bricked. This is crazy.
Oh, Naveen is good. He's got Naveen on 4. He's got enough, but he can't play his song.
But no, that's because Pete. You're right, because Pete is Pete.
But he can sing it next turn. He
can be good. And you need to figure out a way.
My
if he can go character up tempo this strength onto this Naveen, that's going to be a backbreaker. You are brick mode central. And we got 2 characters. Pete can sing strength onto the Naveen, and we're back in this thing. And now we're uphill for Mike Senior.
No,
that's a backbreaking strength of a raging fire. That is not what Mike wanted to say.
Get off my back, dude. Ugh.
Please, not holding the world. It is a Pete. Okay, so you do get some ink. You can't continue to.
We have another Naveen. Okay. Okay, we have Naveens. We still have Naveen in hand.
Where'd that other Naveen go? Did he go to the discard? Did he just add that Naveen back to hand?
No, he's dead. He's in the yard.
Yeah, he's
in the Claire.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in the upside. He's in the upside down. He's at the other side that we talk about in Friends on the other side.
Okay, here we go. All right, Mike, cook.
Let him cook.
Cooking.
Okay. I still need Jaxshadows to win though, because he is the homie. But my parlay though.
No disrespect.
I just want a good game.
I just want a good game. Yeah, for sure. I'm just hyped right now because he's got a pure uninkable hand and he's somehow unclogging his way through this game. Okay.
Are going to go ahead and get that Robin Hood in, who's going to be able to blast off on this Cindy, gain some lore in the process. And now you might have to send this whole new world, which again, I think that is just the worst possible card in this matchup, because Jax is probably like, bro, do it. I dare you. I double dip the chip dog dare you to send this whole new world. Send it. I don't care.
And the board.
Yeah, I believe the proper term is "come at me, bro." Is what's happening right now with this.
And you play the Robin Hood, so you are going to sing it after using your ink here. Thoughts on that play, fellas?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, Robin Hood definitely is a pretty good threat here against Blue Steel. So I don't hate it, but I mean, it's just a gamble, right? I mean, his hand, I can't see. He already inked for the turn, so he can't ink anything. No daisies or anything in here. Okay, what do we get here, Cindy?
Yeah, I think we're in flood the board status right now.
Yeah, but we can't flood the board without ink.
You utilize all your ink already, but you are setting yourself up for Rapunzel traps are all over the place. Robin Hood can wear Rapunzel just as good as anybody else, but this pirate Captain John Silver being able to stop allowing that Robin from questing might be vital here on this turn. I think you have to play it. I think Jax would be remiss in his responsibility if he doesn't go for this, just to defend yourself against a potential Rapunzel line in the crackback. So we'll see if that's what happens here. As you're looking at that John Silver, he's added to the top of him, but you're going to bypass John Silver, go into the Alice line. Ooh, you might get the reckoning for that one.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, absolutely. As you hear, there's a club apparently.
I don't know if you can hear that.
If I can hear that music in the background.
There's a barbershop next door, and it sounds like they just turned into a nightclub after 9 o'clock. So
I like that energy. Oh, it's late over there. It's 7. It's 7 p.m. here. Wow, that's crazy. It's late.
It's 10 p.m. over here.
Let's go. We're locked in and laser focused.
If JDC was here in person, he'd be like, "Let's go to that barbershop. Let's go."
Damn.
Dude, the walls are vibrating from the music right now. I don't know how you guys can't hear it, so I apologize if you can.
And we will go headlong into the punzi here. So the punishment was swift and immediate for Jaxshadows by not going into that Captain John Silver line there, because it does stop from challenging, right? It does stop from challenging.
Which one? John Silver?
John Silver.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
it
stops the
stops the
challenge.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, that was available
We
there.
went through this earlier.
Yeah.
it's confusing. It's stop
Um,
challenge, stop questing, stop singing, stop moving, stop playing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stop inking.
Stop
stop,
drawing.
just stop
What if
scoop.
there's a
Just
card that says your opponent cannot ink next turn?
Yeah.
Would that be
oh, I hope
be
they don't do
nuts?
that.
Yeah.
They gotta knock it off, dude.
When played,
Knock it
yeah,
off.
stop it. When
You know what's
played,
gonna happen.
for
Knock
sure.
it off, dude.
When played,
Cut
your
it
opponent
out.
goes to the car and goes home and leaves the tournament. That's when played.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that'd be a good one too. Like, hey, when you pay 5 ink, uninkable. When you play this card, take your opponent's car keys, put them in your pocket, dude. Now they
Let's
can't
do
leave.
it.
Thoughts? And just
Thoughts?
I mean,
I
let's
think
do
that's
it.
good. Like,
Oh, we
really
got a
get
little Mickey Mouse
interactive with it.
glove on the table, which means we are in Pete. We are Pete'd up right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the
So
Pete zone,
Petey
baby.
Pablo in the house.
You'd love to get to that Chien Po here, just to really put the kibosh on some of this stuff, so you can start getting loose with this Alice again. It's looking like they're having a little bit of lore dispute. No big deal. They're working it all out. This is the all important game number 3. They're literally playing for like $1,000 right now.
Just
Yeah.
smooth $1,000. No big
Yeah.
deal. No big deal.
I believe they call that a stack. Is that a stack?
Is that a band or a stack?
That's
Which
a
one is it?
That's a
band.
band.
A band. A
Man,
stack
get
is
your lingo together, Gabe.
100. I want to say
I'm a Disney.
100 is a stack. A
You think
100
band
is
is
stack.
1,000.
1,000 is a band. I'm old, but
Bando.
I'm trying to stay young. I'm trying to stay up on the lingo.
You're
Yeah.
young at heart, JDZ.
I'm
That's
young
all
at
that matters.
Bet.
Yeah.
Wonder they may have split prize. I'm not 100% sure what they did with the money, but either way, in our hearts, we want a winner here. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Whatever they did with the money, that's up to them. But technically speaking, no way they didn't split and pay for the mat. They may have split it. Yeah, they may have split it up.
But I am glad even if they did split, I'm glad they're playing just to continue to put the show on, because I do, as a streamer broadcaster from this point of it, I feel so unfinished when they just split and leave. Granted, it is late, and they got a lot of stuff that they could possibly be doing right now. It's almost 10 p.m. there. I do appreciate that they're sticking it out and playing it out to see who's going to be that champion, because
For sure. I mean, I'm happy to see. I mean, we never let them not play it out, but if they did split the money, I mean, it's like $1,200 a person for a $60 entry. It's not the worst conversion, right? I mean, it's not bad. So,
yeah, I mean, and for anybody out there looking to run these events and you want to figure out ways to encourage people to stay in, at least even if they decide to split the pricing, very easy solution: offer something cool like a mat. People don't care about the money. The money's whatever. I don't care about the money. I want that mat. I want the mat that says champion on it. I want the mat that says finalist on it. There's something about like this first place, like something, whether it's worth $3, $5, don't matter. So there you go. That's the secret.
Or that too. Or you can have like a prize card. Like if you have that graded Elsa, 10 out of 10 or something, and it's only one. Well, you got to play. You can't split that unless you do like some kind of cashback buyback thing and then split that. But it's very rare that those things kind of happen. So this board is looking massive. What a game. We're coming down to it on this one, boys. I think we got one
situation here because both players have a lot of characters in play. Justin's at 8, Mike's at 3. So it's going to be a lot of deciphering here and figuring out what are the best trades. All right. Okay. We had to double trade that, Mickey. That's Cogsworth is
ridiculous.
My goodness.
What are we doing?
He's up on the board, though. And it takes... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you.
No. I'm saying I double it and give it to the next guy. Well, he does, and it does kind of stun the board a little bit because that took a lot to take out a 1-cost guy. Are you kidding me? And you are going to take the opportunity to try to gain some of this lore. So if you can get the boy Chien Po right here, right now to hit this board, I think Jaxshadows is going to be on his way a little bit. But I don't know. You got that Bianca sitting on that back row. Another Coggy boy.
Yo, Coggies in stereo is not what you want to see right now. It's not where we're at in our lives. Mike Senior's been through a lot. The last thing he wants to see at the end of this night is dual Coggies. We don't want it.
I think he might have to take some time off to set up this dual Coggy and get loose. You can pop this Pete with that fire the cannons. You do have some characters in reserve that have a lot of strength. You're talking a 5-piece and a 4-piece back there with Robin holding 3. Man, that's a lot of units. Do you have a song in your hand that you can potentially spam and sing here? I got to see the hand again for
Yeah,
Jack.
looks like Jack. I did see a fire the cannons in his hand, but other than that, I don't think I saw any songs. I mean, we see Mike sitting with Criminal Mind, which is unfortunately not
Literally
going
the
to really
deadest
do much
card.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be
I,
tough.
I don't think there's a legal target in this entire deck that Criminal Minds can hit. So that thing
No.
is actually dead on arrival. Like cannot be played. Might as well
Oh,
just ink it.
how about that
Complete
Champo?
land.
How about the Champ?
Nope,
Not
Can't
even.
hit him.
not even. Can't touch
Yeah.
him. Too big, too
He's
fat.
at 4. Unless you got some
No.
queen where you can do
No
some
fat
kind of
finger.
support, but I know he's not playing that queen shift line as of yet, as we are going to pass there. Oh, he has the Pete in effect. I think as we're just thinking here. Did we pass the buck? No, I think Jaxshadows
Um,
still in the deep in the think tank. I
No, I
do
think
I
yeah,
do
he's
respect a
still.
little slowdown here in this very critical turn.
It's all good. We're the finals here. We can take our
Mhm.
time, and this is game 3, so we ain't
yeah.
going nowhere after here. So might as well figure it out. We learned earlier from the Bivens match. Take the time you need. Even if you do feel like you're taking a little extra, there's certain turns that just require more time.
Yeah, yeah. It's about being quick when it's time to be quick, and it's about slowing down when you need to slow down, but not slow playing, but rather thinking through
Right.
those lines.
Right. As long as you're not doing this every single turn, I think it's totally normal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, for sure. So we're still kind of hanging on. I would love to see that Coggy boy come in, and maybe you can even fire the cannons on some of that strength and just quest a little bit. Maybe not everybody. Maybe just send that Smee. But you got to also think your opponent. He might just say, "Okay, forget whatever you're doing. I'm sending all my guys on a little questy quest there, and I'm running
Right.
the race." So, are
Yeah.
you starting to fight here? Tough spot, man.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
Justin's figuring that out right now. Can I race, or do I have to
Right.
engage with my opponent here?
Yeah, this is like this decision when it comes to playing Lorcana is the thing that separates players that are considered like above average or great to
Hmm.
the average players, knowing when am I no longer in a stabilizing position, when am I the one that's running, when am I the one that's stopping. And the
Hmm.
second you master that skill set, or you start to understand the scenarios that get created, is when you start to turn the page and become a better player.
I agree with that
Amen.
1000%. There's a lot of activity there over on Mike Singer's side. You got that Robin Hood who's comfortably posed up in the far top end of your screen. We got that Pete over there. You got the Bianca in the background holding 5 in the strength, which is just almost like getting through your double resist. So even if you go double cocky, that thing's still putting 3 on stuff, and that can clear a lot of information or a lot of characters you have on the board. If we are going to
Mm.
make the Cogsworth Gambit here, we'll pay that 1. We'll blast off on the Pete here as we kind of discuss. I like this line of play. Now, what do you do next? I don't know the
Mm.
rest of this.
Oh, we're racing.
We're saying off to the races.
Oh,
13,
14.
14.
14. All right.
We're straight up racing. Okay. I like that tenacity, leaving the 2 Kage boys up and active, electing not to exert those things, making this challenge map very, very awkward.
Yeah, we've got Ward on this Smee, right? So he's warded
Mhm.
up. Alice is warded up. Cogsworths are warded up. They all have resist too. I mean, this
Mickey
is
Mouse is resist 3, by the way.
Mickey Mouse is
Absurd.
unkillable.
He's basically a
He's
feature.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
not a
he's
bug.
just out. Yeah, Mickey Mouse resist 100, as somebody
Yeah.
in chat said. Yeah, he is like the mouse. Like that is the Mickey
Right.
right there.
He's stuck. Yeah, he's sticky.
He's
He's
got
sticky.
Right.
plot armor. There's just no way you're
The
taking this guy out.
stickiest of Mickeys for sure.
Absolutely.
And you
Yeah,
think
it's
about
gonna
quest? Are
be.
you still thinking about questing his Cogs here?
I almost would.
I
I
mean,
think yeah.
Ugh.
I think it's safe. I mean,
Is
he's
it?
got to deal with everything. You're at 16, and we got 2 on board that we're not going to even quest with. Can Mike clean up all these characters?
I
Maybe. I don't know. I
think you
feel like
gotta
Justin did the
you gotta
math.
go
So
after you have to go after this exerted Cogsworth first before you do anything.
yes,
I think that's
absolutely.
a start. It
Yeah,
starts
because
there, but this is looking great for Jax. So you can go Bianca, and because Cogsworth is also resist 1 at a 5 strength. So you're gonna have to go Bianca in for 4, and then Robin Hood in for 2. gain 2 lore, and you're cooked. Never mind. You can't do that.
Yeah,
Back to the
yeah. Good job doing all that math, GDZ.
And you're cooked.
And you're cooked.
and you're cooked. Never mind. Okay, let's get the freaking Eye of Agamotto out real quick, and let's check all these these different lines of communication as Cogsworth is doing his best jam the board scenario. I think he just might be over.
Yeah, this Mickey is out of control right now.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they're going back and forth, and they're both kind of thinking through, like, what does the math look like?
Yeah.
Jack, of course, has the ability to being closer to that magical number 20. Is feeling better about where he's at versus Mike. Knows that when it gets back to his turn, he only needs so many characters to actually stay surviving in order to win that game. So, if I had to guess, and if you're looking at the body language, Jack's much calmer.
If you look at, because just taking the Rapunzel, the Cindy, and the Cindy, just move them to the side because they're actually worthless right now. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
Even if we attack Bianca into Cogsworth, it doesn't take out the Cogsworth.
It does not, because it has resist one as well.
It's
and you can't even like do a little Cindy over the top type beats to do that additional because it's just literally doing nothing. So the Rapunzel, and we're going to take out the Smee, which you can do, taking back 3. Is this Rapunzel? Do you have Rapunzel in hand?
Oh boy.
I think that Bianca challenge was maybe you needed to do more with that. I think Bianca definitely had to clear the Cogsworth, right? Because now nobody else now
attacker too.
Now literally no one else can. Everything else is done. No one can do anything.
Yeah.
It's done. Yeah, I think Bianca clearing the Cogsworth was super important. That'll. But
then what?
You're done. The game's over.
You can't attack it with Rapunzel. You can't attack it with Cindy. You can't attack it with the other Cindy. And so it would have to be Bianca and Robin Hood. Then you've still got Alice, Mickey. It's just, I don't know. And Smee would still be alive.
And we do have Zeus, and that is actually going to be able to clear the Mickey. And you had the Zeus too, yeah. So I think I don't know if Zeus would have even done it. You really would have had to get after this Cogsworth with the Bianca and Robin Hood, Zeus, the Smee, and then still lose, right? No, but then you can Lawrence. Yeah.
I don't know. No way. I think we're cooked. Even if we attack Cog here, we'd have to send 2 characters into it, and then he's still got Alice and Cog. Yeah, I think we're cooked.
Yeah, it's Jover. It's absolute Jover.
Yeah.
Couldn't Zeus or Smee? Oh, Smee had Ward. Yeah, Smee had Ward, so he couldn't even Zeus or Smee at all anyway. So forget that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you do clear the Cogs, which that happened, and you gain some lore in the process, I believe, if you coordinate those attacks correctly. You sent 4 and 2 into it, or 3 and 2 to take that 5. And that is going to be GG. You throw the hand out, and
JDZ, so close.
JDZ, senior. I get you. I'll give you 5 minutes head start before I send the guys to get you in the kneecaps, bro.
My parlay, dude.
They cooked your parlay, dude. So close. But congratulations to Jax, aka Justin, for taking it down with his own creation and the ever famous Kiwi deck.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. All right. So I am here with our 10K Merlin winner, Mr. Justin, or do you prefer Jaxshadows? Justin?
Jaxshadows.
Jaxshadows. Okay. So some of you may know him as Jaxshadows, aka Justin. Number 1, congratulations on an amazing finish today. With your own creation, really. I mean, this is a deck I know Harlan gets a lot of attention for. You get a lot of attention for it. You guys have made this deck into something so popular. I know a lot of people were afraid that Sapphire Steel was dead and gone. The deck doesn't exist anymore, is what I was told until today. And you brought it here today and showed that it's very much still alive. So talk to me about choosing to bring the deck today, your own creation, and how you performed today.
Yeah. So as we call it, the Kiwi Birds.
Yeah.
This deck was a long-term brainchild of ours from Set 6. We spent hours on this.
I can imagine.
Hundreds of best-of-3 matches on this. And I didn't really get to showcase it a whole bunch during Set 6. Harlan got the chance to take it to EU Continentals. He won his pod. I went to NA Continentals and just had a bad luck run.
Yeah.
And then since then, obviously, the start of Set 7, it was like, now wait a second. Sapphire Steel's got some real good looking things to play with.
Yeah.
And the way that Kiwi was going at the start of the set was like, all right, let's play Bell, let's play Fortisphere and Popsicle and everything like that. And I was like, well, that's fine. That's a cool way of doing it, and it was a really successful way of running the deck. But I also wanted to give like ramping a shot. And then once that was out and Fabersham was out, it was like, all right, wait a second. Now we go back to Kiwi, and this thing becomes way more viable. Fabersham's out of the metagame, which means that these other decks like Red Blue that were super dominant, which was its worst matchup before, it just doesn't have the card draw anymore.
Right.
And so, and not just for Kiwi, but in general, Red Blue is much worse, which means that overall the Kiwi spread got a lot better.
Sure.
So I was prepping for this event, and I was actually playing a mid-range version that I had been working on throughout the last couple of weeks.
I heard you mention you were workshopping it a little bit still and weren't
It's just not ready.
Okay.
So Kiwi, after all the time I put into it, it was like, all right, time to show off this deck.
All the non-believers, you better believe it's living proof.
Yeah.
Something that I noticed with that deck, I've always felt like Kiwi as a deck, very, very good on the play, right? Definitely it reminds me a lot of the high five decks from set 1, where you're just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just questing, and they're all big threats and hard to deal with in an early time. But I noticed that you obviously you have very much expertise with the deck. You have hundreds of reps on it, but you were able to maneuver the draw pretty well. I see a lot of games that I felt like were going to be one-sided, and you just found a way to kind of creep back and become the aggressor. Most notably, I believe it was not this round, but the round before with a Chenpo. It was like you were pretty behind. It felt like you were behind on table. Like if you're just looking at the table at a glance, you'd be like, okay, Jax is way behind. But all of a sudden, Chenpo comes down. He's got resist. You're quested with Alice. He's got ward now too. And all of a sudden, you're racing and you're way ahead. So just knowing, talk to me about just knowing when it is to turn the corner and knowing the capabilities of the deck and when you should be trying to be defense and when you should be trying to quest for game.
Yeah. So when you need to play defense is very difficult, right? Because especially like with this deck, one of the reasons that people think it's not very good on the draw is because of Alice.
Yep.
Alice on turn 3 is not always a great play, that's for sure. But if you can get out, like if you can curve out with Calhoun or Smee into John Silver or Pete, and then maybe you do an Alice plus a Fire the Cannons or a 1-drop into a Chenpo, those early turns, those 2 and 3 are going to get you the board control that you want.
Got it.
And then the Alice is what's going to give you the ability to actually race.
Right.
And so the Alice card is like 3 lore in Lorcana is so big.
Yeah.
People very much so underestimate how much 3 lore on a single character is, and it adds up very quickly.
Sure.
So anytime that you can play Alice and just like start to take the lead back over, or if you can, especially so like into Amber Steel or Green Steel with Bruno's, things like that. If I'm looking at Alice into Pluto or Alice into Chenpo, then the idea there is, okay, I'm going to play this Alice this turn. It's a low tempo turn because I'm playing a 1/4.
Sure.
Next turn, I'm going to play this 4/7 or this 5/5 that they can't interact with very well.
Right.
And so then I just massively take over board control from there.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a great, and it's something that JDZ, Gabe, and I talked a lot about today, and maybe you noticed it in your games as well. It's the return of Robin Hood, right? I feel like that card kind of had been on the decline with the amount of Medusas in the format and, Sisu coil stuff, all that kind of nonsense, but it feels like that's kind of slimmed down in the meta, so it felt like almost, this was like a perfect storm for you to bring this deck in today. We had Cogsworth in your list, which can't be hit by Sisu because Sisu's not really as prevalent as it once was. We don't have Robin Hoods being targeted by, the Medusas, so was this something that you were always considering in the back of your mind when you were picking this deck, or were you going to run with this deck no matter what because it's your baby?
So it was definitely, if I thought Red Blue and Red Purple was going to be more of the metagame, I would have been on the mid-range version that I had been working on.
Sure.
That version is much better, in my opinion, with the red decks.
Got it.
Versus this one is much stronger into all the other steel decks.
Sure.
And so like there's this long-standing idea Cogsworth is king in the steel matchups. That's kind of true.
You seem pretty good here.
It's definitely true for Kiwi.
Sure.
So when you're the aggressor all of a sudden giving everything resist +1 becomes a very big deal.
Your Mickeys were eating two characters to take out your Mickey. I mean,
Uh-huh.
it was like a Pete and a Robin Hood had to attack into Mickey, which was just absolutely absurd. Resist 3 Mickey, absolutely nuts. So,
Yep.
Again, I mean, there's nothing else to be said. Everything's on video. I hope you'll go back and watch it and see how amazing you played today. You deserve all the recognition. And I believe Mr. Stefan does have something very special here for you, which you won't be able to find a duplicate of this. This was made by one of our very own Ray. So I hope you'll enjoy this, Matt. And it's a token of your amazing victory today.
Yeah.
And something you'll be able to take home with you and show all your friends and tell them that you're the best. So any shout outs, anything you wanted to give, talk to the people. This is your moment. Anything you wanted to say. I can hold it for you if you like, so you don't have to awkwardly stand there.
Shout out to my wife. She was the one that encouraged me to come down for this.
That's a
So
good
that
wife
was-
right there.
That's great. And then obviously SLTC.
Shout
All
out.
of my testing homies there. Harlan for workshopping the deck with me for so long. Dave for naming the deck, even though it ended up with the wrong bird name.
What was the bird name supposed to be? Give the inside information here.
I'm going to call it Timberdoodles.
Timberdoodles.
The
I almost
timber-
like that more than kiwi.
So Timberdoodles is another name for a different bird
Okay.
that is semi-inappropriate for a Disney stream.
Okay.
Because sometimes in Birdland, they use like language that like common people
Okay.
might giggle at a little bit.
Sure.
Right? So we're going to avoid that name.
Okay.
And we're going to call it the Timberdoodles.
Timberdoodles. Got it.
Yeah, so it ended up being called the Kiwi deck. Shout out to Harlan for that one.
Nice job. Well, it's stuck, and it's been ever since. So,
Yeah.
well, congratulations. You, like I said, you did an amazing job today. It was a pleasure to cast your games, and we hope to see you back at many future SSG events. You're always welcome here, and I hope you had a great time today. Congrats again on your success.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Back to you, whoever's in the booth or whoever's out there.
I'm in the booth. If anyone want to throw up